This documentary examines real criminal cases involving organized crime and murder. No graphic details are shown, but the questions raised remain deeply unsettling. England's Thames Valley is known for quiet villages, winding country roads, and historic towns. Rolling hills, empty fields, cobblestone streets, morning fog drifting over sleepy villages. But over several years, men were hunted, executed, and erased. Not in London, not in backalley gang wars, but in silence. And even today, police cannot say how many of these killings were truly connected. Thames Valley stretches across Berkshire, Buckinghamshire, and Oxfordshire. To most people, it represents stability, order, a place far removed from city crime. But for organized criminals, it offered something else: space, privacy, places to hide, places where people could disappear without notice. By the late 1990s, drug trafficking routes were shifting. London's gangs were under pressure from law enforcement. Thames Valley, with its quiet roads and abandoned industrial estates, became a hub. This was not chaos. It was strategy. Careful, precise, calculated. Where others saw peace, criminals saw opportunity. The first deaths did not immediately raise alarms. The victims were known criminals, men with records for drugs, debt enforcement, and street violence. When their bodies were discovered, sometimes burned, sometimes dumped along riverbanks or in deserted woods, investigators initially assumed criminal killing, criminal, but patterns began to emerge. Remote locations, minimal struggle, no witnesses, no weapons recovered. These were not impulsive murders. These were controlled executions. One detective would later recall, "We knew something was different. This wasn't just crime. It was organized, methodical. 3 men gone, different towns, same silence, same questions." As more cases surfaced, detectives quietly asked an uncomfortable question. What if these weren't isolated murders? Several victims had connections to the same criminal circles. Some owed money, some were suspected informants, others were rivals who had crossed the wrong people. Publicly, police avoided linking the cases. Why? Because proving conspiracy requires evidence, and evidence was vanishing. Phones went missing. Vehicles were burned. Alibis collapsed under fear. Someone was cleaning up, and the more police investigated, the quieter the underworld became. In multiple cases, vehicles were discovered, destroyed by fire. Fire doesn't just erase fingerprints, it destroys DNA, timelines, movement. Investigators believed the killers understood forensic limits. This wasn't amateur violence. This was professional-level counter-investigation. Every burned car sent a message. We know how to cover our tracks. We are always one step ahead. And still, the killings continued. These killings served a purpose beyond death. They sent messages. No notes, no claims of responsibility, no public threats, just absence. In organized crime, silence can be more powerful than violence. A man disappears. Debts are paid. Loyalty is enforced. Questions stop. Fear did the work. Even officers admitted, sometimes the threat of being next is stronger than anything we can prove in court. Despite arrests and charges in some cases, prosecutors hit a wall. Witnesses recanted, statements changed, key testimonies collapsed. Some suspects vanished from the country, others were killed before they could speak. Police files began to close, not because answers were found, but because they could not be proven. Officially, cases were labeled unconnected. Unofficially, investigators didn't believe that for a second. One of the most disturbing questions remains: how many victims were never found? Criminal intelligence suggested others vanished without a trace. No crime scene, no investigation, no case, just silence. Were these murders part of the same network? Or collateral damage in a war that never reached headlines? Police won't say bodies found, bodies missing, patterns emerging, questions multiplying. Who ordered the killings? Was there a single crime boss? Or multiple factions? Why were some men spared while others were eliminated? And how much evidence has been lost forever? The Thames Valley Gangland Killings are not officially labeled unsolved, but the truth is far more complicated. Justice was partial, the network survived, and the silence remains. Today, the countryside looks the same: quiet roads, empty fields, peaceful villages. But beneath that calm lies a history of executions that were never fully explained. A gang war fought without headlines, and questions that still haunt investigators and those who know what really happened. Subscribe to Criminal Verse, where every crime hides a story.